The time, just after 2 a.m. last Saturday morning, deputies called to the report of a burglary at the second-story apartment off Uvalde Road in Northeast Harris County. They're on high alert after seeing a broken front window. Officers unloading more than 24 rounds through the front of the apartment. One deputy reloading her gun and continuing to shoot.
Go down, go down. Go down.
A woman on the other side of the wall, identified as Ebony Pouncey, shot several times.
Call, we need people, shot fired.
Deputies only then finding Ebony is supposed to be here. Her friend rents this place. They broke their own window to get in after forgetting their keys, the friend said in an interview on Friday.
I told Ebony to break the window. That would have been the third time the window would have been broken since I stayed here. We were there for about 20 minutes. The next thing I know, I hear loud banging on the door.
That banging is deputies.
Ebony grabbed her gun and ran to the door.
The next time she saw her friend, she was shot several times. A neighbor downstairs filming this video.
I live here. Please don't shoot. This is my home.
That same neighbor initially calling 911 to report a burglary after hearing his neighbor break her own window.
The only crime that was committed that day was done by the police. It was unjust, it was inhumane, and it was not okay.
The two deputies that you see in the video there, they are still on paid administrative leave, which is standard protocol for any officer-involved shooting. Now, the Harris County Sheriff's Office, they say they're still investigating this incident. Only when that investigation is done will we know if these deputies act as they were trained or if they will face any disciplinary action. Meanwhile, community activists, they say they want an independent investigation. I'm reporting in downtown Houston, Gage Golding, KPRC 2 News.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Thursday. I'm doing pretty good myself. Well, you can see the story that I come across here. I don't understand for the life of me why, if the police come to your door and they announce themselves and say sheriff's office, that you would come to the door or whatever, come walking through the door with a gun, when you full well know how trigger happy that a lot of these subs are out here. You understand? Very, very trigger happy. I come across a story just yesterday where a police officer caught a man that was alleged to have stole his girlfriend's car. Okay? Look, he handcuffed the guy, put the guy in the back seat of the police cruiser, strapped him in and everything. An acorn dropped on the cop. Yes, an acorn from a tree somewhere. He said, "I've been hit." And do you know that that fool pulled his service gun and started firing shots at his own police car, thinking the man shot him. And the man was in handcuffs. He was already in the back seat, strapped in. I mean, I plan on, showing you guys the video about that, but I'm just making a point of how trigger happy a lot of these police officers are. So I don't understand why this woman would come to the door after they did announce themselves as being police officers coming there to investigate the place being broke into. I don't understand why you got to break your window 3 times to get in your house. I don't understand none of it. It's stupidity. It's madness. That's something that should have been taken care of with management. You see, just go down to the apartment, office and tell them, look, it's something wrong with my lock. Because you fix it, I'm not able to get in my house unless I break my window. Okay? None of this makes a lick of sense to me, man. I'm starting to wonder if a lot of these stories are just something basically propaganda to piss people off. Okay? But to get into this particular article right here, it says video shows Houston area deputies reportedly shooting a woman in her friend's apartment. Ebony Pouncey is recovering from injuries sustained in a February 3rd shooting that should have never happened, said her attorney Ben Crump. You're right, it shouldn't have happened. But like I said, man, don't aid these subs into giving them a reason to do something to you, because they looking for one. Now to get into it, it says here, a Houston woman was repeatedly shot inside her friend's apartment by deputies responding to a call at a neighboring unit about an intruder. an incident that her attorney, the national civil rights lawyer Ben Crump, said should have never happened. The woman, Ebony Pouncey, was injured in the February 3rd shooting and is recovering, Crump said in a statement. Body camera footage from 2 Harris County Sheriff's deputies showed them approaching the apartment of Pouncey's friend. The video released Saturday, along with a video statement on the incident, showed one of the deputies banging on the door and yelling sheriff's office. I mean, they did do that. They did announce themselves, okay? Both deputies move away from the door toward the windows. One deputy can be heard in the footage saying that she sees someone coming to the door and shouting, "Gun." The deputies begin firing their weapons repeatedly, reload, and continue to fire, the video showed. The sheriff's office said a handgun was later recovered inside the apartment near the entrance. Okay? This was senseless. And I'm going to tell you, it was senseless. I mean, did the woman that got shot, Ebony Pouncey, did she even hear these cops announce themselves? They looking for a reason, man. That's basically what it boiled down to, and you gave them that. The windows broke. Somebody called and said, there's intruders in this apartment right here. So naturally, they come in there to investigate that, and they did announce themselves. Ain't nothing else you can say about that part. To continue here, it says here, sheriff's deputies in Houston respond to a call about an intruder. While Ben Crump acknowledged Pouncey was holding her legally registered gun, he added in a statement Monday that this newly released body cam footage is evidence of the unnecessary and excessive force used against his client. The video shows the deputies that responded to Ebony's friend House shot first and asked questions later, Crump said. Okay, well, this is fact. But they're not going to do nothing to these police officers. They're going to just tell them it was good police work. You understand? They're not going to do anything to them. Just because they announced themselves and they were walking into a situation not knowing what was going on, being told that it was an intruder in that apartment. And the person on the other side of that door did walk towards that door with a gun in their hand. So maybe she didn't hear them announce themselves. But nevertheless, here it is right here. This is what it is. In an earlier statement, he compared it to the shooting of Breonna Taylor, a black woman who was fatally shot by police in Louisville, Kentucky, during a botched 2020 raid at her home. It is concerningly clear by the video and Ebony's injuries that deputies were not justified in shooting her 5 times, Crump wrote on X on Monday. We demand that the deputies involved be immediately held accountable for the terrible injuries that Ebony suffered due to their impulsive actions. The sheriff's office said deputies were called to the Pines of Woodforest apartments around 2:10 a.m. about a woman reported that someone was inside her apartment. The sheriff's office said in a video statement. The first deputy on the scene cleared the apartment and made sure it was safe and secure, according to authorities. After a second deputy arrived, someone in a neighboring unit flagged down the deputies and said that someone had broken into a different apartment. And just so happened, though, they come up onto this particular one with the window broken. Now to continue, both deputies went to that apartment, which belonged to Pouncey's friend. There, deputies reported seeing the front window screen removed, broken glass, and the blinds raised near the front door, the sheriff's office said in a video statement. Crump said the window was shattered because Pouncey's friend had forgotten her house key, so the woman had broken the window to get inside. 3 times? This is the 3rd time that woman said that they did. You forget your keys a lot then. Go to the apartment's office complex and ask them to put you in the house. That's all you do. Don't break the window. To continue here, a neighbor heard the glass shatter and informed the already present deputies of the sound. He said in a statement, Pouncey, fearing it was an intruder, grabbed her handgun and approached the door, according to his crump. Shortly afterward, she was shot by the deputies. The shooting remains under investigation by the sheriff's office homicide unit. Wow, homicide. Well, okay. She hasn't passed or anything, but it says homicide unit. The Harris County District Attorney's Office and the Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs Unit are conducting their own independent investigations. The 2 deputies involved have been placed on administrative leave. Okay? And that's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the ball's going to roll. And you can rest assured, they're not going to do anything to these deputies right here because guess what? They announced themselves. They're going to say that. That's just what it did look like somebody broke in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's too bad. But this could have been handled a better way on both behalves. On behalf of the deputies and also on behalf of the ones on the other side of the door. You understand? Ebony Pouncey. Okay? It could have been handled better. All the way down to the one that keep forgetting her key and then breaking the damn window to get back in the place. None of this makes any sense. Like I said, I do believe sometimes that these stories that come out, it just be propaganda to piss people off, to stir folks up, and start, no peace, no justice, and all that. No justice, no peace, whatever they be saying. That's what I think sometimes. But I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. That's if you can comment. And make sure you like and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.